So we're pretty excited about the squad this year. So we have lost a good number of players. So, even last year's final team, for instance, you'll see eight players in that grand final team missing. Some who have gone, moving state, others who have moved on from playing rugby, and some others who, haven't actually managed to make the squad this year. And a lot of that is down to competition for positions. We've got a really strong squad of 30 players, which, we've got really good depth. I think it's important to understand the difference in coaching women's rugby. It is very different. So, and I would suggest any coach get out there and try and coach women's rugby, because it really does improve you as a coach. The two biggest differences for me is that you can't get away without knowing your detail. The girls will always ask why. They will never do anything without knowing the why. So as a coach, if you don't know your detail and you're not prepared, you're going to get caught out on that. And one of the other biggest things is that, the girls, while they've got a bit to make up from the skills perspective, they're very, very quick in terms of their progression of learning. They don't come with a lot of bad habits, which a lot of our youth, boys can pick up over the years, and they will pick up and skill develop quite quickly. Yeah, so two of the key areas is there's a big one on and off field. So one of the big off field one was a lot around sports psychology, and we've got a sports psychologist involved with the team this year that's going to be working with the girls right through their season. Also, that's a lot to do with the on-field as well. We feel that on-field there was a lot of times where a little bit of lack of clarity around the content and a lack of clarity around exactly what they wanted to achieve. It led to a lot of uncertainty at times on field, and a lot of the times when the girls became panicked, they weren't making a lot of great decisions. So the biggest thing for us is trying to get the detail right, make sure everyone's on board from day one. And the hardest thing to do in any sport is go back to back in a team sport. Not many teams do it. And these girls are going to get the chance to have a crack at that this year, and they're going to realise just how difficult that is, because every other opposition is going to be better prepared than they were last year. They know what the level is from last year, so there's a lot of the unknown that was there last year is now known. So those teams know what sort of level they've got to get to. It's our challenge now to work out how we get even further ahead of the loop. We don't just want single year success. We want this group being, with so many strong leaders and wallaroos in this group, they should be able to drive success for a much longer period of time than just 1 year. So we're pretty excited with our 2 home games. So this year we are doing two standalones. So we won't be doing double headers with the men's side this year. So with that being said, we're hosting the Reds in our first home game out at Leichhardt, which will be good. That'll be our Sydney-based game, and really trying to get from the beach of the bush. We're heading out to Bathurst for our second game to play the Rebels out there, and that'll be our last home game of the year before we get into that finals block. So the whole team's pretty excited about a lot of the city girls being able to play here and get their friends and family around, but more importantly, for all those squad members we have who are, originally from the bush or still living out in the bush, get out to Bathurst and get all their families in and around that game.